In 1923, the University of Alabama offered Wade their head coaching position. What they got was an iron disciplinarian who immediately transformed the culture of Alabama football. Wade's players called him the Bear.
We ride with legends, we roll with pride. From Wade to Saban, the Crimson Tide. 18 rings, the record's clear. Dynasty built year after year. We teach the past, we preach the now. We break it down, show you how. From Bryant's grit to Bama's roll, we stomp the field and on the score. Around the herd, we speak the truth. Where glory lives and legends prove. Basketball's rise, so it leads the way. Final four dreams in full display. Gymnastics flips with flawless grace. Champions born in every space. We honor hustle, we praise the grind. Every sport, every tight mind. From hardwood heat to balance beam. We rep the red, we rep the team. Around the herd, we speak the truth. Where glory lives and legends prove. Around the herd, we speak the truth. Where glory lives and legends prove. We don't just talk, we educate. Breaking down plays, we elevate Heisman runs and draft day fame. We know the stats, we name the game. Rivals tremble when down us kneel. We bring the facts, we bring the fear. The same just hype its legacy. The tide rolls deep in history. Around the herd, we speak the truth. Where glory lives and legends prove. So tune in loud, let the story unfold. Of crimson fire and heart so bold. We shine the light on every wind. From past to present we dive in. This show's for fans who bleed that red. Who know the names, the paths they tread. We're not just proud, we're certified. The voice, the pulse of Crimson Tide. Around the herd, we speak the truth. Where glory lives and legends prove. Around the herd, we speak the truth. Where glory lives and legends prove.
Roll Tide, roll everybody, roll Tide, and welcome to TightSports, the Alabama football megacast. Look, Alabama Nation, thank you for joining me today. Church was a banger today. Pastor McFarland was banging on them doggone scriptures. Gave me plenty of time to repent for the crap I have to say this evening. I'm talking about, Tide Nation, lock me in. Let's talk about your Crimson Tide. You know, it's the greatest dynasty that I can really think of. I mean, when I think of dynasties, they talk about the Ming Dynasty in China, but the Chinese can't play football, as far as I know. Anyway, before I get going, share a pound with a brother and drop that thing right down on the subscribe button as you settle in. Folks, we're making a big push. I want to get to 1,000 before the season kicks off. I got to get to 1,000. I need 1,000 because 999 just won't do. And always remember, people, and hello to my TikTok audience over there. Remember, if I successfully stimulate the happy juice in your gray matter and make your funny bone jiggle, let the algorithm know. I don't want to say algorithm, but algorithm know by poking that like button right in the eye. Y'all hit the follow button and the like button. You know what you got to do over there. Anyway, folks, the disrespect just don't stop. And my camera's up too high. It makes me look like I'm in third grade, but I'm going to keep rolling. I got to talk about fat face. I mean, all right, man. All right, tribe, here we go. We in the building. We got to talk about something so ridiculous, so outrageous, so just downright comical that even diehard Auburn fans have to admit. They got to be hiding behind the couch after this, man. They got to be looking at the doggone screen like, yeah, your boy Alex Golish, or I call him Goat Lick. He decided to open his mouth, and I don't know if they use this kind of stuff in modern football now, but people would call it the best bulletin board material I have seen in years. This man really stood in front of the camera that said something that should have been run through a shredder before it even left his brain. Y'all got to put a muzzle on that boy. Now, before we even break this down, before we even get into the depths of this nonsense, I want y'all to see it for itself. And I got some more things to say. Because when I tell you this is prime grade A farm fresh Auburn delusion, I mean, let me just roll the clip. Let me roll that beautiful beam footage, as they say. I'm taking my face off the screen. I do not want to be associated with such trash. Oh my God.
Had a lot of
take my face.
Against Bama, I think it's 6 in a row now. And you came in, I think Coach, you haven't had a lot of success against Bama. I think it's 6 in a row now. And you came in, I think you're playing some music now, whether it's Dixieland Delight or whatever it is. Why is it so important for you to kind of make Bama in the forefront in your campaign and practice?
Yeah, I don't know the statement. You said I haven't had a lot of success against Bama? Or you're saying at Auburn?
Program.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't super care about what the success has been or hasn't been, to be totally honest with you. This team hasn't played Bama, and we'll be prepared to go play Week 12 when it's time to go play. In terms of the music, we've put an emphasis on what that game is, and we're going to continue to put an emphasis on it. It's the greatest rivalry in college football, and it's important to our fan base. It's important to our alums. It's important to me. It's not any more important today than the other 11, but it's going to be a constant reminder at Auburn, as long as I'm here, that last week of the year is a critical week for the people of our fan base, the people of our state. And I haven't played Bama as the Auburn head coach. So.
Oh, wait a minute, folks. Bring it in. Let me talk to you like we're in the same family, because what we just watched was a masterclass on how to embarrass yourself. Before you even took a snap at the institution, Goat Lick stood up there and separated himself from the very players who've actually played the last 2 or 3 Iron Bowls. The guys that took the hits, the guys who fought the fights, the guys who know what happened when Cam Coleman had a look. They was out there fighting. But he's like, oh, I ain't had nothing to do with them. He talked like he was above them, like he was floating on a cloud of self-importance, that he really hasn't earned, man. The man ain't never coached in the Iron Bowl. He never felt that pressure. He ain't never heard 100,000 people, man, going crazy at the doggone game. People screaming that our season hangs in the balance, or our pride is hanging on a thread, a string. But he stood there talking like he'd been through, like some wars happened, and he came out with some medals. But brother, man, I ain't trying to be funny, man. You ain't even been going through. Have you gone through SEC coaching orientation yet? Where they tell you where all the extra money is and tell you what not to do. What kind of supplements your team can take. Let's not forget, man. This is the same coach. Because he hadn't played against Alabama at Auburn, but it's the same coach who had some shots. He had some shots against Alabama. I remember what's the name of that school? It was Green, and it was it the Greenway with Bowling Green? Was it Bowling Green? What was it? Oh yeah. This is the same coach who had a shot at Alabama when he was USL. When he was balling out all the control, right? He was just doing it. He was doing it big because he was just knocking off people left and right. No. Alabama wasn't even playing his best ball that day, and he still walked with an L. He walked out of his own stadium with an L, and Alabama played 3 quarterbacks, one who left the game and became a rugby player, and you still couldn't win. Huh? And if you can't beat the Tide when they off, man, you definitely ain't beating them when they locked in, and you just up here throwing fuel. You stoking the fire. Anybody know how to stoke a fire? You know, you had that big thing. Yeah, you got to be a little older. You're stoking the fire. You're fanning the flames, man. So when he stood there talking like he's about to rewrite the Iron Bowl, like he's about to bring some new era of Auburn dominance, I just had to giggle. Me and the doggone chipmunks. Because the only thing he dominated so far has been bad press, poor decision making, and he's doing both of those at an elite level. Congratulations, coach. Now, let me just run this thing one more time because I can't even believe it, man. I can't. Take me off the screen. I can't.
Coach, you haven't had a lot of success against Bama. I think it's 6 in a row now. And you came in, I think you're playing some music now, whether it's Dixieland Delight or whatever it is. Why is it so important for you to kind of make Bama in the forefront in your campaign and practice?
Yeah, I don't know the statement you said. I haven't had a lot of success against Bama, or you're saying at Auburn program. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't super care about what the success has been or hasn't been. To be totally honest with you, this team hasn't played Bama, and we'll be prepared to go play Week 12 when it's time to go play. In terms of the music, we've put an emphasis on what that game is, and we're going to continue to put an emphasis on it. It's the greatest rivalry in college football, and it's important to our fan base. It's important to our alums. It's important to me. It's not any more important today than the other 11, but it's going to be a constant reminder at Auburn as long as I'm here that last week of the year is a critical week for the people of our fan base, the people of our state, and I haven't played Bama as the Auburn head coach. So,
which is it, man? It's important to our team. It's important to our fans, and it's important to me, but not as important as the other 11. Well, let me ask you something, other 11. Are you playing the Georgia song at your practice? I don't know who else on your schedule. You playing them, or you just playing Dixieland Delight? What's going on here? What is going on? Which one are you playing, Coach? Because it seems like one game seems to be very, very important to you. How do I know it's important? Did you hear the reports question? You're playing Dixieland Delight at your spring practices, not at the Iron Bowl practices. Not even 2-a-days. I kind of get it at 2-a-days, maybe just adding some extra noise in the fire. The part that really shows how lost this man, Goatlick is playing Dixieland Delight at Auburn spring practice. Trying to, what is he trying to wear a Crystal Tide jersey and hoping nobody notices? This song is an Alabama staple, a tradition, a cultural moment that belongs to the Crimson Tide right there on the field, Bryant Stadium. Crimson Tide only. And here comes Goatlick blasting it like he's trying to summon the spirit of Brian Denny into Auburn practice or something. What you want? You want the ghost of Bear Bryant to come out there and kick your team in the boom boom? You want them to want Bear Bryant to come coach them? What are you trying to do? Let's be real. Did you really think this is some kind of 4D chess move? Like, I got him. I'm going to play. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play their song at our practice. It's going to make out, man, you are mentally abusing them children. That's what you're doing, man. You thought it's a big move, man? Like, I play our song, say we're going to, he probably was thinking, I'm going to move to Alabama. I'm going to play the song for Alabama. I'm going to talk big, and maybe if DeBoer loses, I'll get his job. Yeah, I'll get his job. Yeah. Is that, you think we're going to be looking at you? Is this what it was? Is some kind of ploy? Huh? No, the audience does not agree. This is absolutely insane, man. This man was just playing in rookie mode, man, and still losing. Y'all know what rookie mode is, all y'all gamers out there. Then he said Iron Bowl. Oh, something else I want to say first. He said something about the other 11 games, and I haven't played. I tell you what, buddy, if Alabama somehow through some miracle, some divine intervention is able to beat Auburn, I bet you'll know how many games you lost in, because they ain't gonna start counting at one. We got one for Goatlick, and then 6 in a row, then Goatlick lost. They're not gonna say that, man. What you think they're gonna say? Coach, we done lost 7 in a row. Or wherever the hell, what number are we on? 5, 6, 7, whatever it is. You count it up. They're not going to start counting with you, Goat Lick. Not at all. Not at all. They're not going to do it. They're not going to say, well, he just lost one. We're going to forget about them other ones. I get confused. I got so many, all streaks running in my head. I got, the years under 500 versus the years that you lost. I don't know what it is. I just got all these streaks running in my head, so I get confused. But if you think you're talking like they're going to say, well, he'll get him next year because he's only lost one to DeBoer. If Alabama is somehow able to win, if we can pull off that miracle, if we can just somehow just overpower you guys, some kind of way, just get past you. All we need is 1 point. And let's be real. Did he, it's like he even said that, something. I don't know if he didn't think, he was shook by that question. I don't know if he thought nobody knew about it because it's your people. It's your equipment people. It's your videographers. It's your staff that let it out that you was playing this anyway. Or your press, your beat writers. They the one told everybody that you playing Alabama song at your practices. I don't know if I'll let that out, but you did. Then you said something. Some people would call it a Freudian slip, but I ain't that smart. I ain't got nowhere near a psychology degree nor a PhD. I'm gonna just say you spoke the future. Yeah, he said that would be the Iron Bowl, would be Auburn's last game of the season. Yeah, I agree with that. That'd be Auburn's last game of the season. I agree with that. I agree this is an important game. I agree this is probably important to you, especially when them people tell you how important it was. And the fans, they gonna really let you know. Because that toilet paper just don't go from the trees. They can go somewhere else too. They want to tell your lawn guy, get your power wash out. Because for Auburn, I agree with you. That game is always the end of the road. Has been for the last several years. That's the moment where reality comes smashing down, like the goalposts after the rivalry when they didn't earn it. But Coach, you're saying this is it still spring? I don't even know if it's summer. It's still spring. You saying this. You should, your Auburn fans, man, y'all should be worried, but that's on y'all. He just said it was the last game, not me. Go listen to it. I'll play it again, but I don't want to hear this foolishness no more. You should be worried about all of them. And let's not pretend that Auburn is some sleeping giant ready to awaken. All right? And you simply have too many players from a Power 5 team to, scare really anybody. So this program is a shipwreck. It's shipwrecked, it's waterlogged, there's smoke billowing out of a dumpster fire that has been resting at the bottom of the SEC for almost a half a decade. Goat Lick, you shouldn't be talking about Alabama. You should say, hey, we're gonna address the game when the game got to be played and do some slick coach talk like that. You should be talking about how to get his team to stop tripping over their own shoelaces. How not to lose their chin strap off their helmets. You know what I'm saying? You don't worry about that kind of stuff. The man's first priority should be getting Auburn off the floor, out of the basement, back to respectability before he even thinks about the Crimson Tide. How dare you, sir? How dare you as you pick up these 2 and 3 stars around the country that are turning you guys down. They're accepting them off in 1 minute and then saying, nah, I'm good. The Knicks. Stop, man. Because right now, man, you're trying to run, man, before you can walk. You got to go worry about everybody, which is what we kind of always do. You got to worry about everybody. We run the state, man. Only way you're going to get it is come over there, bring Byron Brown, his little flick throwing motion, and come over and make it happen. You falling flat on your face in front of the whole country. I'm going to keep playing that thing the whole year. I ought to play it every doggone show. And Alabama fans, we just sitting back, man, eating popcorn, enjoying the show, picking up 5-star quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying? Making offers, accepting offers, taking, DeBoer out there doing his thing with the cornbread. He out there taking, just taking. You
gonna eat your cornbread?
Baby,
I ought to eat your cornbread.
Now, pretty soon, Kalen DeBoer is gonna take your best doggone players from you, cause that's what he do. He snatch cornbread off people's plate. Yeah, best recruit in the country. Yeah, I didn't say it. Go look it up. When the lights are bright and the pressure is real, man, people start talking silly like that. So I get it, but that's crazy. The scoreboard will always tell the truth, man. And the truth is this: Alabama runs the state. This rivalry and this conference, as far as I'm concerned, ain't no amount of goat lick nonsense ever going to change that. Look at that. Look at that. That boy got me burning hot. Somebody came and dropped stuff in here. It's me. I know it's me. Agree with me. He said, hey, Tight, little hands go to get his mic and social media taken by the booster. That's right. The yellow fella is listening. He was like, what you say that? What is wrong with you? Huh? I hate to say it, but y'all remember on Smoking the Bear when the sheriff told his son, so when we get home, he said, I'm going to punch your right in the mouth. You finish it yourself. You can't say it on YouTube these days. Humor back then is not funny today unless you was there. He says this man is figuring out a Russian. Man is figuring out a Russian is like trying to figure out. Oh my God. Oh, it's me. Oh, it's me. Oh God. Oh, you hitting too hard. You hitting too hard. It's me. It's hitting too hard below the belt. He got one more, folks. I'm move to my next door so I can lower my doggone heart rate. Where the comments say? Okay, here we go. Alabama ain't got none of them planes to put out the fire. Hey, man. This man, was that necessary? He said so many mental slips, and I ain't never played. Those guys are losers, not me, because I ain't never lost. This team has not lost to Alabama. Now, the guys I left in Tampa, they're losers that lost to Alabama, but not me, because that's old stuff. They're still there, and I'm here with these guys that have lost 2 to 3 times, depending on how long they've been standing on the field. That's what it sounds like to me. And then it's like, this is our last, that's the last game of the season. Ain't our last game of the season, sucker. Ain't our last game. It may be your last game of the season. It ain't gonna be ours. Hands down. It ain't gonna be our last game of the season. Keep talking though. Keep talking. And I just can't wait. Please. I'm not gonna get like Coach GB and do a whole prayer. I hope by some miracle we can beat the Auburn Tigers this year. I just want if God would bless us with a victory. I know he don't care about this kind of stuff, but then I kind of think like Bear Bryant probably pulled him a drink and he's just saying like, just one more time for the boys down there. I don't know, man. And I want to hear from these Auburn fans, man, we done lost 1 in a row. Goalish. They're not gonna say that. We done lost 1 in a row. You need to get it together. They're not gonna say that. They're gonna say, man, we have lost. What is it? It's me. What is it? 6 is how many they done lost? Auburn, Tim Two-Man Taylor said he's Auburn living rent-free, came through the Love Show. We'll see it in November. No, we're going to see right now. This man is saying y'all last game of the season is going to be, I'm just going to address the insanity. Tim Two-Man Taylor, you tell me, how does he separate himself from players that have played in that game 2 to 3 years? I'm going to play, started 2 to 3 years in that game, have lost. And he's like, hey, I ain't lose. The losers lost, not me. No, not me. No. I'm fat-faced goalish. You know what I'm saying? I'm up here, got my little swoop. I got my Eddie Monster thing going. I'm good. Like he beat Alabama when he had a chance. Auburn fans, you do realize we literally started a lacrosse player against USF. And they didn't win. Bottom line, they didn't win. We're trying to figure out our quarterback. Let's try the Notre Dame lacrosse player. All right. No. Okay. Put that the Tennessee dude. They still lost. So now that we kind of got an idea of what we want to do with our quarterback thing, bro, I'm gonna just tell you, this ain't the year, Tim, too, man. This ain't the year. He says, just like CHF, what's that, Coach Hugh Freeze team ain't had nothing to do with goalies. The boy doesn't have anything to do with Saban. Hey, I can agree with that. But what that got to do now? So if by some chance or some miracle that Alabama wins, are you going to be saying, "Oh man, we done lost 1 to Alabama"? Or what are we at? We on 8? What is it, 7? Would that be 6? We done lost 6 in a row, 7 in a row to Alabama. Are y'all just give them grace? Y'all don't forget about Hugh Freeze and Pretty Boy Harsin and who else y'all had in there? Forget his name. The man who strikes fear in the Tuscaloosa. What's his name? The guy that just retired. Freeze? Not Freeze. The other guy. But what are you gonna say then? But I'm gonna move on. This man I wish an Auburn fan would say I done lost 7 in a row. He daring y'all. So that means he better win, right? Tell me something. I just gotta keep it moving. This is crazy. I gotta go back to the bright shining light that is at the capstone, better known as our softball team. The Crimson Tide just locked down the seventh SEC series win of the season, their most since 2019. They did it with a 1-0 shutout that looked like a defensive masterclass. Now Alabama sits at 46-6 overall, 18-5 in the SEC. Their most conference wins since 2021, and one more win would match their best SEC total since 2014. The team is stacking up milestones, man, like it's a hobby, man. They got a two-headed dragon breathing fire every batter that comes to the plate in the Southeastern Conference. I will admit, Oklahoma won the regular season championship, but there is one. They won the regular season. They had a better record. They beat Alabama by 1 game. Congratulations to them. Alabama had a better winning percentage overall. Just throw it out there to make myself feel better. Now, it looks like Vic Moden improved to 18-4, looking like a full-blown ace out there with Jocelyn Brisky. Came in and got the save and locked down Alabama's 22nd shutout of the season. You hear me? Tied for the 7th most in program history, the most since a record-setting 27 in 2017. Now, if you're trying to score on this staff, man, you better bring a lunch pail and a doggone miracle, because this offense may not have exploded in this game against South Carolina, but they delivered when it really counted. You know, Marley Giles setting the table, and then came in Roman smashing the game-winning double play, into the gap. All you need is one. It's like we're gonna need an Iron Bowl. 1 point, we go home. Brooke Wells extending her own base streak to 14 games. And Audrey Vandergraff continues to be a chaos engine on the base pass. Stealing bases, man. Girl's a thief on the diamond. The lineup is built for pressure moments, and they keep passing every test. Coach Patrick Murphy, he's assembled a unit that's like a perfect blend of experience, chemistry, and pure unfiltered dog. Them girls is on it. You hear me? Defense and pitching have been consistent from the beginning. Murphy said, that's what he said about his girls, his ladies. Consistency is why the team is sitting near the top of the national records. And Murphy didn't just build a team, he built a machine. Nationally, Alabama is still firmly at top tier, with only a handful of undefeated teams left in college softball. Got to be Grand Canyon. Who was it? Tennessee, maybe? No, it ain't Tennessee. We beat them. Somebody out there is undefeated. The landscape is wide open for this power program to take control, man. Experts are saying the same thing. Alabama's young. Alabama has balance, depth, and momentum to make a little legitimate run in Oklahoma. Got to go back and face that dragon again. Tennessee, anyone who thinks they want that smoke, man, come and get it. Texas, whoever. The Tide, they aren't just in the conversation, kind of in front of it. They're kind of ahead of it overall. The SEC standings show exactly what we already know. This is the most brutal conference in the country. And Alabama's still standing tall near the top. They won more series in any season since 2019, and they're positioned to finish one of their best SEC records in the last decade. So if you're looking for a team built for Oklahoma City, this is it. And you talk about history. They just history of 22 shutouts. I already talked about it. They're stacking series wins. They're stacking SEC victories, stacking respect from every corner of the softball world. They've been on a rampage for the last week. And let me say this. What is this going on here? Oh, yeah. And let me say this for the people in the back. This team is built different, man. They built for May. They're built for Oklahoma City. And they just built different. And more importantly, they're built for legacy. And like I said, right here on Tight Sports, when it comes to the ladies of the Crimson Tide, they will never be neglected. And they will always be respected. I'm going to give them their just due because you know what? Ladies bring home championships too. Congratulations, ladies. Congratulations, ladies. And now the show will turn to a real, because we went from comedy with Goatlick to excellence with the ladies of the Crimson Tide. Now I just got to talk about darkness. Like I said, I had this show on the weekend so I can focus on the Alabama athletics a little bit and all the foolishness and madness for the most part. So I can say talk for football on Tuesday, join me Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Lock me in. I'll be there. You know, weather permitting, whatever. But as the influence of Las Vegas continues to infuse cash into the NCAA monster, and now with the case of Brendan Sorsby, I'm just thinking like, boy, I remember Cam Newton face being everywhere. And I told you, Cam Newton's the greatest football player ever played football. I'm just telling you that right now. I remember his place being everywhere because people thought he got 150,000. Whether he did, whether he didn't, if he didn't, I can believe him. If he did, he was underpaid. Now, a player you didn't care about till now, Brendan Sorsby. Brendan Sorsby didn't just transfer. He lived in the portal like he was in Times Square. Do y'all understand me? It was like a Times Square appointment. The kid went from Indiana to Cincinnati to Texas Tech, stacking yards, touchdowns, and NIL dollars like he was building a college football empire. But now the empire is cracking because the NCAA found out that he was placing thousands. Did I say bets? Did I say hundreds? No. He was placing thousands of bets over multiple years, including on Indiana football, always to win back in 2022. Always to win, and these are games he didn't play in. But this wasn't just a one-off bet decision. This is thousands. Reports say this man was dropping 20 bets a day. 20 bets a day, because I guess there were small wages. Some of them was like 50 cents, and they were on like a MLB pitch-by-pitch action. I don't know if he was dealing with that Kalshi thing. I was looking at the weather. I checked the weather. I'm an old man. I checked the weather. I want to know if it's gonna rain next day. And Kalshi just been inundating me my YouTube with, if you so good at the weather, why do I put $250,000 on Kalshi and be a winner? I'm like, what? I'm about to block him. But this man. This man was doing the most damning thing. It was like his own program, even when he was redshirted, even if he never played those games. The NCAA, they treat that like a nuclear violation, man. Like you tripping. Come here, player. You can't do that. Now, he had no heroic moments, but he's now, but he is the new, I guess, the Pete Rose of NCAA, but he ain't alone. Texas Tech thought they were buying a franchise quarterback. $5 million NIL crown, I heard, that would take them back into the playoffs or something. They built their whole 2026 run around this dude, coming off a 12-2 season, a Big 12 title, but now their future is hanging by a thread because the NCAA about to drop that bomb on him. They want to get that man permanent ineligibility forever. Well, he ain't got about a couple more years left anyway. But since the rules tightened in 2023, the NCAA isn't known for mercy. This really is the only power they got. Because you gambling? Oh, come on down here so we can throw you out. Come on down here so we can spin you and embarrass you. Let's let everybody know we still got some muscle down here, the old NCAA. More on them in a minute. Because, when it comes to protecting integrity of competition, that's what the NCAA is all about. That's right. And let's be clear. This isn't just a Texas Tech story. This is a warning shot at every program riding that NIL transfer portal way. When you're paying quarterbacks NFL money, you're also inheriting NFL level risk. And right now, the Red Raiders are staring at a depth chart free fall with their national titles expectation on board. They're going to be hurting, folks. But Tight Sports Tribe, let me say this. As a proud Alabama fan, this is why I'm just glad that Crimson Tide builds culture and not chaos. While other programs out here betting their futures on the portal, mercenaries, and Alabama's just trying to stack up these championships, within the lines. You know what I'm saying? Even though, I'm gonna address this too on Tuesday. Even though his name, Coach, my chest tight, Urban Myers out here talking mess about everybody was cheating in the SEC, and I was like, I thought you was in the SEC and won 2 championships. 2006, 2008, it didn't ring any bell to anybody. But anyway, allegedly there was some cheating going on. But Alabama's not doing these parlays, man. Texas Tech is praying for eligibility. They ain't gonna get it. Because, you know, SEC been drinking, NCAA been drinking milk. And they strong. They're gonna show them just how strong he man. Tide is out here setting records, man. Softball, about to set some more in football, and everything between the draft. That's what we doing. So Texas Tech is dealing with a quarterback who couldn't stop betting, man. Alabama here is betting on excellence and winning every time. That's the difference between a program built on hype and some of billionaires' oil money and a program that's built on history. I just wonder how long is he going to infuse that school with over $50 million out of his back pocket without winning that championship? I mean, the venture capitalists would have been cut this off. What is it, 4 years in a row now? Something like that. Or is he getting other people to pitch in? Anyway. But I don't want to forget about the NCAA. Oh, no, the crown jewels that they protect the crown jewels of integrity and fair play. And they never, now to the children of the NCAA, they are about as hypocritical as a rehab counselor with the insatiable addiction to meth. I'm talking about with the meth mouth and the filthy t-shirt that smells like a baby diaper. They are full of crap. Now, Brendan Sorsby ain't the first, and he sure won't be the last. The man who got caught up in the same gambling web that's swallowing up college athletes for years. Every time one of these pops up, the NCAA, like they saw the first, like, I can't believe he did that. But here's the real story, people. The NCAA is out here. I would pronounce the acronym, but it won't sound right. The NCAA is out here pretending to be shocked. Shocked, I tell you, that they're gamblers. The players are gamblers? Are you kidding me? While they at the same time, they cashing checks from some of the biggest gambling companies on earth. The same apps that got these players in trouble are the ones that's buying ad space doing NCAA broadcasts. Make it make sense, dude. They're taking money from both hands, and with both hands, they give me. And then scolding players for even touching the same industry. What? Back in the day, you catch somebody gambling in 1998, 1992. Yeah, I get it. You got to go out your way. You would have traveled to Las Vegas, New Jersey, perhaps, and you did a little funny something and you got caught. We got you, son. But it's 2026. This thing said, like, gambling, the Slate reported this. Gambling apps have become a built-in part of college sports ecosystem. Built-in part of the college sports ecosystem. I've been covering this for a minute. Now, they're everywhere, man. Commercials, sponsorships, in-arena promos, social media campaign. The NCAA isn't just near the fire. They're roasting marshmallows on top of it. They take their marshmallows and they put them in between 2 pieces of filet mignon. Yeah, that's how much money they get. Get more money than everybody else. And when you got CBS reporting that Sorsby hired Jeff Kessler, the same lawyer who's taken the NCAA to court before, yeah, there's hypocrisy about to get kicked in the balls. Yeah, that's what's about to happen. Because when a player has to call a legendary anti-NCAA attorney, that tells you exactly how deep this mess goes. I think that boy might get his eligibility back because they don't have clean hands. You don't have clean hands. In a business deal, you gotta have clean hands. I can't come here representing myself that somebody is selling something I ain't got nothing to do with. Then you find out that piece of junk I sold you had my name on the title. I don't have clean hands. NCAA, you ain't got no clean hands. I ain't saying you made that man bet 10,000 dang time, but you don't have no clean hands. Where you clean your hands at, NCAA? Show me both sides. Huh? You ain't got no manicure. Your hands dirty, they filthy, they crusty. The NCAA built his house, it lit a match, and now they're blaming the players for all the smoke. Man, that don't make no sense. More than a dozen players have been indicted across multiple states, reported by Yahoo. This isn't a bad apple situation. This is a full-blown orchard fire. And the NCAA is out here holding the garden hose, with no water. They don't have the water on. They're like, man, for real? Man, that's messed up. Now, let's hit more hypocrisy. This hypocrisy is thicker than a July day in Tuscaloosa. The NCAA takes gambling money because they're too desperate, too broke you brokies, as the young folks call them, and too addicted to turn it down. But they expect a 19-year-old to be a moral Puritan. Who, son, when you get on campus, don't you act like an adult. You be responsible. Don't you even look at that doggone sports book. Don't you look at it. Whatever you do, don't even look over there. Because I'll be over there getting me a trunk full of money. They want the money without the consequences. They want the sponsorship without the responsibility. They want the image of amateurism while swimming in corporate cash. It don't make no sense. It's bull. About to say something else. And then they had a nerve, the absolute audacity to act like they're the victims. They're the victims of this gambling plague that they helped to create. It's widespread. People getting popped for little stuff. You don't even know what's on people's apps. When they gonna start making them turn in their apps and stuff? I think they allow people to get certain sponsorships and NIL from gambling. What's wrong with you? The NCAA is like a chef who cooked the chili, served the chili, ate the chili, and then blamed the customers for the heartburn. They are not innocent. They are not unaware. They are not surprised. Mike Farrell, Sports, even broke it down how gambling sponsorships are changing the entire landscape of college sports. The iGaming industry, it isn't just a side character. It's a co-star in this whole thing. I always thought it was going to be the alcohol company, but I didn't want to know what that was going to do either, especially at a place like Georgia. Them little hands are dirty. Talking about you, Goat Lick, and the NCAA. Thank you, that is me. But the NCAA is, it's signing autographs for it. You know what I'm saying? And let's not forget, man, Kirby Smart, Nick Saban, they both commented on the Sorsby situation. And when Legends of the Game was speaking up, the issue just ain't about one player. It's about the system that's been cracking for years. Kirby Smart directly addressed how unavoidable gambling has become for players today. He probably went in the locker room. Hey, what you doing? Pull the parlay down. I got this horse coming in at Pembroke. Oh, coach, that's you. I'm just joking. But Kirby said you can't watch the TV station without advertisements for gambling. So the opportunity is there. It's much more prevalent in this day and age. They also have access to more money to gamble with. Mama don't need nothing. She working. There's a lot of kids that in my day would never gamble. They didn't have the money to gamble with. Duh. But then we go back. He also emphasized the educational side. Oh, you know how the NFL brings the rookies in, the rookie symposium, and they kind of school people on stuff. What did he say gonna do? Oh, no, schools, you tell them what not to do. But I'm gonna go over here and sign another deal with whoever, gambling.com, online, lose all your house, use your money, become a crack addict.com. But Kirby said, you got to educate players and you got to hope that they listen and learn. Sometimes it's an expensive lesson to learn not to do it. So they're gonna try to crucify and hang this man up, impale this Sorsby kid all over the doggone all this summer. This is gonna be big. I'm glad he got an attorney. I'm glad he got the money to pay for a good attorney that already done whoop the NCAA's butt several times over, because this ain't over, man. You got a role to play. You can't. How you making money from gambling and I can't make no money? Please explain to me how that happens. Saban also focused on the contradiction between legality and NCAA rules. And he said that was my number one concern because to me, anytime you had something that became legal that was against NCAA rules, it made it very difficult to management. To manage it, and something that was difficult to control. So we have to have something that's not against the law, but it's against the rules. And that made it tough to manage internally. But the NCAA just keeps on playing dumb. Just like, they're a sweet little nonprofit trying to keep kids safe. CTEs, you gotta watch, you gotta keep your head up. They're gonna do some more. Let's throw them out the game if they hit a guy above his above his nipple. Let's throw him out the game now. How about that? We're gonna keep those CTEs down. They're not a nonprofit. They're not. They're a cash machine with a rule book. You hear me? Never forget that. That's a new, add that to the principles of business classes or the accounting or wherever it goes. Marketing. It ain't no nonprofit. It's a cash machine with a rule book. And they're using that rule book to punish players for being tempted by the very thing that the NCAA promotes. College teams are going to keep losing players. The investigations are going to keep on coming for years to come. And the NCAA will keep pretending like they're shocked. Oh, like they didn't invite the gambling industry into the front row. Y'all saw the movies. You can't let the doggone vampires in the house. Once you let them in, people don't, y'all do that. Side note, if you invite a vampire in your house, that's your ass. And you know who suffers. The program. Me, the fans, these players. The NCAA never takes the hit. They just cash the check and keep moving. They're like a ref who misses the call and then, blames the players for the score. Like, hey, I know I missed 2 touchdowns. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, hey, Auburn, the ball would have crossed the line, but I didn't see that till after the game. Sorry y'all lost. But let me tell you something, man. Tight Sports, I see through the nonsense. Crimson Tide, you know hypocrisy when you see it. And we've been through the NCAA. And we know the NCAA, as usual, is trying to have it both ways. The NCAA wants to be the moral authority while taking money from the same industry they're punishing players for touching. That's not morality, that's business. And bad business is that. So let's call it what it is. It's a system built on a double standard. Yay, we got double standard. We can do it, but you can't. Yeah, everybody likes that. We like double standard. Stop it. System that profits off gambling while punishing the people who make the sport worth watching. You sure it's not the NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL? A system that refuses to take responsibility for the culture it created with a bunch of 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds. Huh? But they're supposed to be just as responsible as people who got a collective bargaining agreement. You ain't got no collective bargaining agreement. You suspended folks for gambling. What damn business is yours about gambling? 50,000 times. And until the NCAA admits their role in this, nothing gonna change. The investigation gonna keep coming. Players gonna keep getting caught. And the NCAA will keep saying, we had no idea. Clutch my pearls. But we know better, man. The system, they built the system, they feed the system, and they profit from this system. So don't dare act innocent now, NCAA, because the receipts, the receipts all over the place. I turn on the game, walk down the hallway of one of these stadiums. You can't act like the receipts are not everywhere, because when the gambling money is flowing like a river in spring, NCAA, after April showers, by the way, spring after, because we ain't no rain, right? After the April showers, NCAA isn't a bystander. They are a participant, and until they own that, the gambling crisis is going to swallow college sports whole. These kids ain't going to stop, man. We got what? I could identify, I think, 30 cases now. What do you think we're going to be in five years? I think we're going to have more than 3,000. And we fans, programs, and players, we're going to be the ones paying the price. So, and that's where that stands. A sport that we love, is being dragged through the mud by the very people who have sworn to protect it. We got to do something better with college football. The NCAA can keep playing innocent, but the rest of you know exactly who lit the fuse and is walking away. And until they face their own reflection, the game that we fight, argue, and make fun of fat faces coaches about will keep paying the price. People don't like the NAL, people don't like the portal. Well, please say something about this, because gambling can really actually destroy your lives real quick because people get addicted to it. And that's all I have on that subject. That's all I have tonight. I want to thank you all for joining me here this evening. Smack the subscribe button, flick that notification bell, however you do it, like that. So you'll know when I go live. I don't know when I'm gonna do it on the weekend, but I'm just trying to get something done on the weekend. so you'll know when I drop something. Poke that like button right in the eye and all the rest of that stuff. I think they done cut me off over here on TikTok. I done messed up. Anyway, with that, we're going to see this Tuesday, 2 nights from now. If Lord willing and the creek don't rise, they got me irritated today. I can't tell you. NCAA got me hot. Goat Lick got me. If it wasn't for the ladies of the Crimson Tide, well, I probably done blew a doggone gasket. So good night to all, and to all a food fight. And just remember, it's okay to eat during a food fight, especially if you didn't bring your lunch money that day. All right. And always remember, guys, roll tide. Man, I'm tired. Roll.
Cold nights, bright lights, coming like armor, legacy heavyweight on our shoulder. Memory deep like a tracks in the snow. We don't flinch when the pressure get colder. Veterans talk, young one listen. Every snap got a purpose, no guessing. Calculated steps, we don't rush fate, we dominate space. Yeah, we bend it. Herd mentality, strength in the circle. Protect the middle, that's how we nurture. Built through contact, void and repetition. Every mile paid for with conviction. 100 toes, Savannah strong. We move together, can't go wrong. No panic, no fear when the storm come on. Crimson bloodline, we carry on. 100 toes, Savannah strong. He move together, can't go wrong. No panic, no fear when the storm come on. Crimson bloodline, we carry on. Tons of tops around the strong. Heavy footsteps when we roll along. Absolute power when we lock and form. Not here to compete, we here to conquer. Mental vicious, calm under fire. Eyes locked in when the noise get louder. Opposition foe when it will get tested. We don't blink, we don't get desperate. Strength show quiet, never flashing. Trench show violence, cold and classic. We overwhelmed without the chaos. Dominate ground, yeah, that's status. Championship habits, passed hand to hand. From wireless to now, that standard stands. History talk, but the future answer. Every down feel like a slow moving avalanche. Tons of touch, Savannah strong. One heartbeat when the past come on. Built for the war when the nights get long. Crimson Tide, yeah, the true live on. Tons of touch, Savannah strong. Ice in the veins, flying along. Shortcuts taking your word at done. This ain't a moment, it's a dynasty run. Adjust to the field, adjust to the foe. Tempo switch like the wind and snow. Every scheme been, every plan flex. We evolve while they still try to guess. Close the ranks when adversity hit, communication tight. Every detail crisp, no fracture line when the pressure spike. We get stronger in the hardest fights. Herd move forward, never retreat. Every block laid like concrete. You feel us coming for you. See that low end rumble of inevitability.
Ooh, patience in the grind. Ooh, greatness take time.
Through the cold, through the heat. Every step was meant to be. From the tundra to the throne. From this family, we grown, unified. When we arrive, battle tested, built to survive. No shortcuts, no bar shine. Every title earned in Alabama time. Repetition made us iron strong. Same song played all season long. We don't chase noise, we chase ring. Move slow, but everything break when we swing. Let it lead, young ones ride. It's our program, never dies. Final crossing, city ends on glow. Hold her standing, ready to go. This ain't hope, it's destiny. Written in steps, you can feel beneath.